What is up, my friends? My name's iirix. Today I'm going to be looking at a card that I am not super impressed with, and I know a lot of people aren't either. Just talking to my friends in my playgroup and people at my local game store, because we kind of compared it to its previous form, and how do you not? But today's card is Emrakul, the Promised End. For 13 mana, you get a 13/13 Eldrazi. Emrakul, the Promised End, costs 1 less to cast for each card type among cards in your graveyard. When you cast Emrakul, you gain control of target opponent during that player's next turn. After that turn, that player takes an extra turn. Flying, trample, protection from instants. This card is very strong, but I feel just like old Emrakul and any of the other Eldrazi's, you gotta work a little bit harder to get it out there, and rightfully so, because it is a giant creature. It's supposed to be something that is looked at as a colossus. It is something giant. It's big and hulking. It's gonna be doing a lot of damage when it comes down. The thing that I find most interesting about it is it reduces its cost for every card type in your graveyard. I find that interesting because I would not have expected to see that on here. We all knew, even before Ulamog and Kozilek got their second forms, we all knew that Annihilator wasn't coming back because Annihilator was stupid powerful. But Ulamog came, and you get a mill, and that's fine. Kozilek came, and you get draw again. That's good. I expected Ulamog to have some more destruction, not milling things going on, and it does have destruction on it, but I didn't expect the mill, is my point. Kozilek, you get the draw, and that's very cool. He also counters things, which is kind of whatever, but the draw is cool. I like how they kind of amped up his drawing ability. Emrakul, what did Emrakul do? It kind of had pseudo-haste, pseudo-haste is the best way I can think of. I was going to say super haste, because the old Emrakul gives you an extra turn, but he doesn't have haste himself. So you kind of play him, and you can just immediately pass. You start up, you get another draw, you get another untap, upkeep, and then, he's attacking. His summoning sickness kind of works around it. So we kind of super haste to the team, any other cards you might have played, which I don't know why you'd be playing more than just Emrakul the Aeons Torn, but I'm kind of rambling right now in my thoughts, but I find it interesting that you can reduce Emrakul's cost. And you can reduce it down to 6. Because, for those of you who do not know, the card types are land, creature, artifact, enchantment, planeswalker, instant, and sorcery. I've had some people, when I talk about this, bring up, what about legendary or god? Those are super types and do not count. So, there you go. It's that straightforward. So, you can reduce his cost to 6 at the most. Now, another thing I find very interesting and somewhat unusual, protection from instants? Protection from instants. Like really? Instants? It makes me think, can he be countered? I haven't done any research on it, but it makes me think he cannot be countered. He obviously cannot be hit with Path to Exile or Swords to Plowshares, or any other instant removal that you see a lot of, given your format of choice. But I do find this card rather interesting. Good? Yes. Good in outside of casual? Well, that's a little different. I'm going to have to say on draft, I'm going to give it a 3. It's not to say it's a bad card. It's just so damn big that you're just not going to play him very often. But if you do, you better win. Because if you don't, I don't know. Maybe you don't really know how to play Magic. But flying and trample, it's good, but you don't get an extra turn. You control the opponent's next turn, so you still have to deal with the summoning sickness, and you give your opponent a turn to kind of take care of it at sorcery speed, and that kind of sucks, because it's pro instants, not sorceries. So there's a sorcery speed removal that can hit it, and it doesn't have the haste, pseudo-haste, super haste, whatever you want to call it. But a 3 on draft, because it's still a giant thing. Standard, another 3. It'll be easier to reduce his cost, and you could do it. But like Kozilek and Ulamog, I don't think you'll see Emrakul very often in Standard. I saw Ulamog for about 2 weeks in Standard before people got tired of trying. I never saw Kozilek in Standard. That's not to say they weren't there. I never saw them, but I don't think Emrakul's going to last more than a week or two in Standard. Modern a 2, because why would you play this Emrakul when you could play the other Emrakul? I think that the first form of Emrakul is just flat out better. Emrakul the Aeons Torn is the Aeons Torn. I think that sounds a little bit more epic than the Promised End, but that's not really relating to its power. It's just the name. But EDH, I'm going to go with another 3, because obviously anybody who's playing a colorless deck will throw Emrakul in there. Anybody who's playing a not colorless deck has the choice to throw Emrakul in there. I don't think it's an auto-include. I do feel, though, if you're playing Karn or Kozilek or Ulamog, or now you have an Emrakul that you can make a general, I do feel like it's an auto-include, obviously, if Emrakul's your general. But for the other 3, I see those the most. I feel this is almost always an auto-include in a colorless deck. But that's what I have to say about Emrakul, the Promised End. If you have a different opinion, I'd like to hear it down below. This one went on a little bit long, so I'm just going to stop right there, say thank you guys for watching, and I will see you all next time.